welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The bronze likeness of Lakers great Magic Johnson that can be found just outside the front door of our location today, the Staples Center. Welcome everybody to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us, and from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. GA, it's all yours.
Kevin, great to hear from you, and Anthony David.
You always have. Priorities very straight with you, David. Thank you. And now Washington's starting group. They've got Kyle Kuzma, Russell Westbrook out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then it's Avdia, and it's Porzingis in at the center position. And for the Lakers, they've got Anthony Davis. LeBron James is out there with Howard. Then there's Bradley Beal, and it's Reeves in at the point. A couple of great big men in the middle tonight, Greg. Center matchups are far from traditional these days, but this should be fun to watch.
Especially, Kevin, once you get into the small ball lineups. I mean, we've seen guys as short as P.J. Tucker play the five.
Now here's Westbrook. Shoots from 14, and that one comes up a bit short.
Oh, you hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
Beal, the pass to Reeves. Back to Beal. Lets the three fly. Not going to go that time. And the Wizards now going the other way. Right side, Porzingis. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Porzingis has got the first points of the night for the Wizards.
And the soft touch for a guy Porzingis' size. He shoots it so well from the mid-range.
Now, here's Avdia. James covering. Pass to Westbrook. Over in the corner, Caldwell-Pope. A three-pointer off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's James. Must have been his finish in traffic.
That's a nice physical play from LeBron. Finding a way to get a shot off despite contact.
We all know, Chris, it's an honor to make the All-Star game, but for Bradley Beal, the 2021 game, I think was extra special.
Yeah, Brad got the start for Team Durant. He's close friends with Jason Tatum. Beal started mentoring Jason from the young age, both growing up in St. Louis, and incredibly, both have become stars in the NBA.
Here's LeBron. Benny Avdia making his last shot. Reeves the pass to Davis. Clock at 6. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Embracing contact on the way up. I mean, Davis is terrific at keeping his composure on these challenging finishes.
Pass to Porzingis. A pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And putting his long arms there to good use. Porzingis has a large catch radius on those alley-oops.
Now here's LeBron. He's guarded closely. Nice D from Porzingis. Outside Westbrook. Floats one. And he sinks the layup.
That's an artful shot from Westbrook. Shooting creatively to work around the defense.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Westbrook against Beal. Here's Caldwell-Pope. And it's sent back by Howard.
No trespassing. Howard controlling the defense.
And it's Westbrook missing.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. chances easier than that.
Avdia with it, working on James, and that one drops.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
And now in the second half of his career, Russell Westbrook wants rings. He knows he's getting older and has no time to waste. It's why he plays with such passion.
Washington making some changes. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Porzingis. Horton Tucker comes in for Avdia. And it's Kendrick Nunn in for Caldwell Pope. Inside, James. And the dunk by LeBron.
This is basketball. Even off the floor for a powerful finish.
And Westbrook's high motor is why we love him. He goes out breaking, competes every play and every game.
No doubt, but I tell you what, he's tired of missing out on the NBA Finals. This is a guy that is hungry to get back to that stage. It'll be interesting to see if he can get it done.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the bucket by the Wizards. Augustine looking around. Deep. Rebound by the Wizards. 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Horton Tucker. He's guarded by Johnson. And Stanley Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Bradley Beal's checked in for the Lakers. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
On defense, the Lakers. 4-point game. Shoots from the line. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
The pass to Johnson. Back to Augustine. And the rejection by Gafford. Here's Horton Tucker. He's covered by Beal. Count that one.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Beal dishes to Augustine. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist.
Good hands-up play by Beal. He's a ready shooter, and he moves the ball, too.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Gafford throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Beal finds Anthony. Three-pointer Augustine. And again, it's the Lakers from deep. Scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Wizards lead by 4. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And we've heard Russell Westbrook say his job is to do everything, but he understands that it's also a team effort.
We got to do it together, and I think that's more important than scoring any points or doing anything else is leadership, and that's where I got to find my.
Great leadership, an area where Westbrook, I think, feels he's growing.
And with his motor, he's always been a culture setter. But bringing your teammates along is also about setting the tone for collaboration.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Washington.
Look, they came out of the locker room hot, and it got contagious. They've been knocking down jumpers like they were layups in the first half.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
So on the floor for Washington, we've got Kendrick Nunn. Ryan is out there with Daniel Gafford. Then there's Kispert, and it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward position. He makes one of two that time. There might be more talent at the point guard position now, Greg, than there's ever been in the NBA. But who do you think sits at the top of that list?
I mean, Kevin, there's so many incredible talents. Not that I'm dodging it, but honestly, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It depends on what kind of tickles your fancy in terms of the point guard. If it's the ability to shoot and play without it, Steph's at the top of your list. But then you get a guy like Chris Paul, who I think is as good as anybody's ever been in the pick and roll. So they're just different ways to approach this thing. And, of course, now I've forgotten 4 or 5 guys that I should have added into this conversation.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Kristaps Porzingis is returning to form after his knee surgery. He says making sure it's strong and stable is nonstop work. I'm feeling better, and I have confidence that I can go out there and play freely. His offense has been great. It's the defensive end that he's still getting right. Guys?
Well, we know he can be a presence, DA, and I think eventually he's going to be what he wants to be. Thank you. Here's Monk, following the basket by Corey Kispert. And the rejection by Gafford. Now, here's Kispert. He's guarded by Johnson. The shot's good from Kispert. Kispert's got his second basket of the game.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Timeout called the Lakers. Changing it up here. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Here's Beal, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Beal's got his second basket of the night. When talking about Bradley Beal, Greg, we're not just talking about one of the league's elite shooters. We're talking about one of the league's elite scorers.
And if you don't hear Beal mentioned in the same breath as some other NBA superstars, you should. He's capable of putting up a 50-piece on any given night. This is no specialist. This is an absolute superstar.
Horton Tucker, no good with the triple. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They trail by 1. Here's Reeves, defended by none. The 10-footer. And the Lakers take on 2 more.
Good job taking advantage of the size mismatch. There's no way that jumper's getting blocked.
Porzingis passes to Kuzma. Goes up again. Porzingis trying to get free. Davis with some nice D. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Kept alive. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Now look, once Howard establishes himself inside, it's a problem, which is why the defense chooses to foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Well, they're just a team in sync right now. Their passing in the first half has been outstanding.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
He doesn't get the second one.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
None with it. Passes it to Westbrook. Count it.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Stolen by none. A wide open look here for Kuzma. Another miss by Kuzma. The Lakers shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Scooped up. A nice shot by Howard. Howard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Lakers.
It's a battle boxing Howard out. Too big, too strong.
So timeout called here, the first for the Wizards.
All right, look who's coming under the court. Get loud, here they are.
And Washington making a change here. Avdia's checked in.
Let's give them a big round of applause. Your Laker Girls dance team.
Here's none. And here's Westbrook. Outside, Porzingis. No good on the 3.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Masterful ball control from Beal right there. Excellent maneuvering around the defense.
Nunn kicks to Westbrook. Good, nice job down low. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And his shot, has come around. For most of the first quarter, it looked like he might be in for a long night.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Chris, fitting, right, that Russell Westbrook began a charity called the Why Not Foundation. Because that sort of sums up his attitude. Put a challenge in front of him, and he'll say, why not?
Yeah, he's always been fearless, and there's nothing he can't do on the court, period. And Russell's charity, you mentioned, the Why Not Foundation, does a lot of great work with young people in our at-risk communities.
Wizards making a switch here. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Porzingis. Daniel Gafford comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Hachimura, he's checked in for Avdia. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Kendrick Nunn.
Great timing by Hachimura. Now, the oops look easy. They are hard to get perfect.
Here's Augustine. Rui Hachimura picking up that last basket. Augustine passes to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Hachimura. Johnson's shot is off.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
Now, here's Westbrook. Not a lot of room. And a wide open look for Hachimura. Hits it from 3-point range. Now it's a 3-point Wizards lead.
And we've seen this offense step back into 3-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
And Augustine kicks to Johnson. Pass to Anthony. Will it go? Fouled on the shot. Picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Tough make by Anthony. Always has such a solid upper body.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line. So hard to ask for much more than that.
Carmelo Anthony. 1 shot.
During the later stages of his career, we've seen Anthony be accepting of the role asked of him, but he's still such an effective player.
Anthony with the block. Here is Augustine. He has 6. Driving to the basket. Shoots over Gafford. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, how confident are you that there's nobody that can stay in front of you?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime. I'm very confident.
That is never a problem for you, Russ. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. In the second quarter, they put in the work to create a slight scoring advantage. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Love to see a team grind for those offensive boards. They're doing the dirty work and converting those extra possessions into points. It's got to be demoralizing for the defense at this stage.
And over to Shaq now. Your take on the Wizards.
This kind of defense won't cut it. You have to get yourself in position to contest shots. This means making the right reads and putting forth the effort. They've done neither, and their opponent is taking advantage.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
First half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We have seen an exceptional performance from Dwight Howard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. They've got LeBron James. Davis is out there with Howard. And there's Bradley Beal. And it's Reeves in at the one. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
Howard can still wreck the rim when he gets in deep.
Here's Porzingis after the basket by the Lakers. The Wizards working the ball around now. Takes a three. Rebounded by Howard. The Lakers in the lead. Pass to Reeves. Outside, Davis. Outside, Beal. And again, it's the Lakers in deep.
You gotta have a hand in Beal's face before the ball even gets to him. That's how smooth he is on the catch and shoot jump.
Now, here's Westbrook. He has 6. Now, here's Avdia. Can't hit that one. James with some nice D. Outside, Davis. Howard dishes to Beal. It's good. Beal's got the lead up to 7 now for the Lakers.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
They came out the locker room refreshed. I mean, they've been the stronger team since halftime, no doubt.
Westbrook finds Porzingis. And again, Washington, no good.
This is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and they're not playing with much intensity.
And it's Davis missing.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
Here's Kuzma. They can't stop the run with that one.
I don't know what they drew up at halftime, but it ain't working. 0 for 4 to start the half.
Here's Reeves. He's covered by Westbrook. Reeves can't hit. Wizards trailed by 7. And Westbrook, here we go. The shot that time, not on target.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Outside for Beal. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Washington's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Kyle Kuzma now in year 1 of his 3-year, $40 million extension.
And he's improving. Stronger, better on the boards, finding ways to do more than put the ball in the hole.
Now, here's Howard, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. It's Beal on the wing, guarded by Kuzma.
He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything he can.
James against Porzingis. He feeds it to Westbrook, and Davis sends it back.
He's outstanding at using his wingspan to erase shots.
We've gone about minutes into the third now. Charity stripe shot, and he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Davis has got 6.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be nice to have that combination of height and skill. You can get your shot off pretty much against anyone.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Monks checked in for Los Angeles. Davis against Gafford. Davis, the pass to Monk. And off the front, and in it goes. Monk's got his first points of the game.
Well, there's not much else you can do defensively. Monk is good at staying locked in, even when under pressure.
And stolen by Howard. Feeds it to Monk. That one, no good. Now Washington takes it the other way. Now, here's Kispert. He's covered by Beal. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for Los Angeles.
They played a heads-up brand of basketball this entire game, and they've got the steals to prove it.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Johnson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Augustine comes in for LeBron. Both good from the line that time.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
Augustine passes to Davis. Johnson surveying the floor. Augustine, no luck.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Here's Horton Tucker. Here's Gafford. Lays it up off the glass. Gafford's got his second bucket of the game to go. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the third. Beal, the pass to Davis. He kicks to Augustine. Now the pass to Monk. Off target with his 3. Wizards trailed by 7. There's 21 seconds left in the third. Over to the left wing. Here's Horton Tucker. Just 4 to shoot. Passes to Bryant. Over Beal. The shot's good from Bryant. Now just a 5-point Laker lead.
What a headache guard. Tall, mobile, plus can consistently hit that outside shot.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Los Angeles on top, up by 5. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Washington, Russell Westbrook out there with Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And there's Bryant, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Johnson. James outside. Off target from outside.
Oh, they get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Lakers leading by 5. Here's Beal. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Oh, Beal plays big in the paint. It doesn't matter who's on him. He's determined to finish open.
Caldwell-Pope outside. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Misses from close range. Johnson finds James. And James throws it down.
Love how fierce James is. A ferocious dunk artiste.
And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says, we're not giving up this lead.
Westbrook, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Well, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Now here's Beal. No good from outside. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Horton Tucker, and another miss by Washington. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Lakers. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Now here's Westbrook after the miss from Stanley Johnson. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Westbrook, no good.
You know what the kind of competitor he is? I know he's upset with his performance and with the score.
And good that time. LeBron's got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Washington calls timeout. And this is year 1 of LeBron's 2-year, $85 million extension. And Greg, that will take him through age 38.
And that will amount to $435 million in career earnings, the most all time. And it wouldn't surprise me if he's got a few more years left in the tank after that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Porzingis, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. And Kyle Kuzma is subbed in for Bryant. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on what the head coach of the Wizards was getting across in the huddle. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now. Or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything we got out there.
Okay, David, thanks.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Right side, Westbrook. Westbrook double team. Kuzma outside. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And in that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Now here's LeBron, and it is wide open. He shoots. Nice open look, but it's no good. That shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good.
He's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
Pass to James. And there's the drive. And James throws it down.
See defenders thinking about stepping in front of LeBron, but you also have to have the will to sacrifice your body.
Wizards trailed by 11. Outside Westbrook.
2 minutes remaining in this ball game. 2 minutes.
Connects on the foul line.
Almost any player left that wide open is going to bury that shot. This is the league. That's poor defensive work.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're up by 9. 1:56 left in the game. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Bradley Beal.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
These fans love him, and tonight he's given them plenty to cheer about. James looking around. Pass to Reeves. Beal with it. And Davis now top of the key. Back to Beal. Just 5 on the clock. Over Porzingis. Porzingis with the block.
And the 7-3 reach of Porzingis being put to great use there.
And it's sent back by Howard. Kuzma kicks to Westbrook. Drops in the tray. Westbrook's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Can you believe that? This is why we love this game. Westbrook finding a way to come up.
Now here's James. Fires the 3. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about the great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
And there's the pass to Beal. And finished on the
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You can tell they wanted that one. I know that's it.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 9. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Wow, through the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for Washington, Contavious Caldwell Pope at the line for 3.
3 shots. 3 shots.
So the first of 3 is good, and that brings them within 8.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
The second one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. And so he's good on all 3 free throws, and that trims the lead to 6.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
And so they foul intentionally. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
.40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Davis, the pass to James. Shoots the 3, and another 3 for the Lakers.
Now remember this above all else when it comes to LeBron the Great. He's a teammate first and foremost. Think about it. He creates easy chances for all of his teammates. I think that's his #1 goal.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Washington, Russell Westbrook.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 8.
And every team would love to have a player like Westbrook because he plays his heart out every night.
And so Westbrook makes them both. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Outside, Beal. And so Los Angeles takes the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
It's time.